guys, happy Tuesday. I'm going to jump on here and chat with y'all for a minute. Today's our first born child's first day of preschool. So I am headed to pick him back up, and I'm super excited to hear how his day went, but he was so excited for it up until about today, and then he was like, Mommy, I don't know if I want to go. So I hope he has a good day. But I just wanted to jump on here and chat with y'all as I am planning our events and getting our name out there, just all the stuff that comes with. And I am feeling very unequipped. So I have never planned an event before. I mean, if you watch my videos, you know I'm not like the most advanced in technology. Like, this is all new. Every piece of this is new. Watched my mom run businesses my whole life, but this is a whole different ballgame. Nonprofits, to an extent, are a business, but it's more of a mission. Like, my heart, it's not, it's not really about the business side of it for me as much as it is about the helping other family side of it. And a lot of businesses are completely operated with that heart stuff too, but it's a lot. I mean, there's no other way of like describing it. It's like, there is a bunch of stuff that goes into it, and there is a lot of professional growth that comes with it. And so today, when my boy was in preschool, I sat at the coffee shop and I started emails, because part of the startup of it is getting our name out there. We're new, nobody knows who we are, nobody knows what we do. So I started just emailing businesses and sending them information about our event and sending them, options for sponsorship and all this stuff. And I am very intimidated by it all because I have never went through all of this side of stuff, and a piece of me was like, how am I going to do all of this? Like, how am I going to plan these events? How am I going to be sure they're organized and set up correctly? How am I going to be sure we have the sponsorships that we need in place to host them? And be sure that we have stuff in place for the whole mission of it. Like, the events are going to be great. They're going to be so much fun. And then I was just like smacked in the face with like, well, that's not for you to control. Like, you're going to host these events. You're going to put all this effort into getting the word out about your nonprofit and about your event and about everything else that comes with it. But you're not going to supply all of it, Like, for us, it seems like every single time that we get to the point where I'm like, how's life going to continue? Like, what are we going to do this week for the bills? What are we going to do this week for, something supplies? And I feel like with this nonprofit, the vision behind it is much bigger than anything that I can do on my own. Much bigger. Like, I have a vision for this nonprofit that if it is what God wants to happen, it's not anything I can do on my own at all. Like, at the end of the day, if it becomes the nonprofit that I see it becoming, There will be no explanation for it besides God. Like, that's all. Because the visions that I have for it and all the work that's going to go into every little category of it is more than I can do as a human being on my own. And I am very, very aware of that. Not only am I founding and operating a nonprofit, I work another job 25 hours a week. I am a real estate agent. I am a mom to a 3-year-old and a 10-month-old. And then, of course, our Cleo, that is the reason behind this, would be 2. So the past 3 years, I had a baby in 22. I had a baby in 2023 and a baby in 2024. And now in 2025, we're starting a baby nonprofit. That's, like I explained to the girl that's on our board, like, when I started this, it's not just a nonprofit. It's literally in memory of my baby, and the pull on my heart to it is more like a baby. Like, when I addressed her about becoming a part of the board, I said, there's very few people in this world that I trust with my children. Very few. Not because there's no not because. It's just the world we live in. There's very few people that, if I got a phone call today that said, hey, you and your husband have to travel across the world for X, Y, and Z, very few people that I would actually call and be like, I need you to keep my children for the weekend. And she's one of those people that I know if it was an emergency and she had to keep my children, they would be safe and they would be well loved and well cared for. And so that's whenever we asked her to join, like, our board, it was more so like, this is one of our babies. This is not just a business. This is not, although we have to have everything in place to operate it, we have to have everything that you have to do for businesses and nonprofits in place. It's literally our baby. Like, the whole mission behind this is huge for us because we hurt through and we walked through the path that is making this, that is shaping this. And if I could explain the vision that I have behind it and the needs that I have thought would be amazing to pour into, you would look at me like I was crazy, because you'd be like, you are a 28-year-old woman that has never started a nonprofit, that really had no knowledge of a nonprofit before starting, has worked for your mom's business your whole life but wasn't there when it started, also works X hours of the week to provide a steady income for your family, and a real estate agent, and a mom, and a wife. And you're gonna do what? You'd probably laugh. I mean, I honestly, it wouldn't be like hurt my feelings, because the whole mission and goal behind it is bigger than what I myself can ever do. Even if this was all that I had to do, like, even if the nonprofit was the only thing on my day-to-day schedule, I cannot do all that I have vision for. So, while I was sitting at the coffee shop, emailing all these businesses, and trying to get our name out, get our information out, partnerships, sponsorships, all that, I've started to let myself feel defeated, and I started to let the devil creep in and tell me, you can't do this. Like, what do you think you're going to accomplish here? Like, what do you think this is going to be? But I was reminded, like, instantly, that you're right. I can't. There's no way that I can do this. But God can. And anything that comes from this nonprofit is all going to circle back to God, because there's no way that we could have made it through losing our baby without knowing where he is, and without the faith of knowing that one day we'll be reunited with him. And there's no way that we could have made it through the past 2.5 years without God. Just like there's no way that this nonprofit will become what I feel God has said it is supposed to become without God. And at the end of the day, the only thing that we can say is that CJY, Dream Achiever, is a memory of our boy. It's a memory of Cleo Josiah Young. And it's founded by Sierra and Casey Young, but it only exists because of what God is going to play out and how he's going to walk each and every step of this. And when I feel like there is no way that I can talk to this person, I am not a speaker. I don't want to talk in front of groups of people. I don't even like doing these videos. But I have to. And I have to meet with people that in my head I think, okay, this person is very knowledgeable. This person is very whatever it may be. And I get very intimidated. But the mission that we have on our hearts is much bigger than my fears and my places of weakness that I have. So I was reminded in that coffee shop that everything's going to play out how it's supposed to. The sponsors are going to come along, the businesses are going to come along, the people are going to come, they're going to attend, they're going to be there. It might start out small. I mean, we might have 20 people at our first event. And our car show, we might have 20 people there. But the vision that God's put for this nonprofit will only be possible through God. And when I am defeated and told in those moments that you cannot do this, there's no way you can do this, you don't know what you're doing, I am also reminded that it's not me. I might be the one typing these emails, I might be the one making these flyers, I might be the one delivering these baskets, but it's only through God that I am able to, and he's going to provide everything that we need, everything, every step. He's gonna make it all. I mean, he already has. Like, there's so many examples that I could sit here and tell you guys about that just clearly shows that his hands aren't involved. We made a basket 2-3 weeks ago, and it was our first basket. We didn't have a bank account set up yet. There was no, funds, but I knew even if I have to go and fund this, it's gonna happen. And there was multiple people that reached out, and the basket was funded. We're making 2 baskets coming up, and we delivered a basket Sunday. We have 2 more baskets coming up to deliver this week. And I know it's gonna work out. Whatever's meant to be will be. And I can rest in knowing that whatever happens, however it happens, it's all under a bigger control than me. And it's all gonna work out. So, with that little rant, if you have any fears or any defeats and you just feel like defeated, like you can't do this, who are you? Remember that whatever vision is on your heart and mind, it's been placed there for a reason, and the only person that's telling you that you can't is the devil. And they will do anything. He will do anything to try to make you feel like you cannot accomplish this so that you don't accomplish it. And that's kind of where I am right now. Feeling like every time that I get 5 steps ahead, he smacks me in the face with, who are you? What are you gonna do? But I know it's all going to play out how it's supposed to. So, get with me if you want to be a part of it. 812-595-3537. I'd love to chat with anybody on it. Y'all have a great week. Excited to go get my boy and see how his first day of school went. Chat soon. Bye.